Very good morning, guys. Let me know you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Thanks, Vishal, for confirming. How you guys are doing? Had breakfast? Everyone? Very good morning, Vishnu. Oh, I can understand, Vishal. So yeah, I think if you guys are in hostel, I think hostel timing is like 7 to 8 o'clock, right? For breakfast. I think till 10 they will provide, and after that, done for the day. Very good morning, Deep. So whoever has not done it, please go fast and come back in some minutes. And I know it's early morning, so you guys, some people might be feeling sleepy here. So please, prepare tea or coffee for yourself and have the cup of tea with you, tea or coffee or water. So you guys should not feel sleepy because today there is little bit understanding and then more practical part. So these things will be today in our class. We are going to do these things only. So before starting our session, please start all of you your Jam servers, open Visual Studio Code, open Postman, do it fast. And we will wait for 2 more minutes for other people to join. And you guys can also start your servers. I'm good, Ankit. Very good morning. So I just woke up little early today. I think it's little early, also 7 o'clock, not like 4 or 5, because I slept late, right? So yeah. So after shower, just starting class here, answering some of the doubts also. So yeah, let's see how the day goes. I know like you guys have tomorrow test, right? So you guys have to prepare today only, whole day. Very good morning, Suraj. So everyone has started their server. Everyone has started their jam. Oh, okay. So you woke up little early today then, 8 a.m. Huh? Ah, okay. No, actually, in last yes, in last class at the end I told, right. Somebody was asking like 11 o'clock. Then I told no, it's on 10 o'clock. I am happy to do 8 o'clock also because 8 to 11. Then I am free for whole day. I can plan something else. But looks like some of you guys are not wake up little early, not a early morning guy. So that's why Ansul has told me, Ansul or somebody else was there, told me some student will face problem. They're not a early morning word. That's why I told okay, that's fine. I can take a 10 o'clock also. Do not have anything for today. So yeah, hello Parag. I know I'm just repeating it again. I know it's little early for everyone. For some of them, not for Ankit because he has already woken up at 8 o'clock. So I am just requesting everyone to please take a cup of tea or coffee with you and some water so you guys cannot feel sleepy because today we are going to discuss some of the topics and like discussion will happen between you and me, and then we will do the practical. Okay. So I think now we have already waited for 2 to 3 minutes. Let's wait for one more minute. I think yeah, 10:04 is there. We'll wait for one more minute and then we will start our session. Okay. So today's agenda, already I told you yesterday, but today's our agenda is understanding authentication and authorization. Understanding we have already understood in previous classes, but we will just discuss them again, little bit dig deeper on those concepts, authentication and authorization, and we will try to implement them also, authentication and authorization. Okay. And the second agenda for today is implementing the bearer token authentication or the token based authentications, right? So there are like different type of authentications available, but the for the web applications, the famous one or like the most used one, it's the token based authentication. So today we will first look into that, and then we will try to find out some of the packages which help us to do the token based authentication in Node.js. Those packages we will look into that. And then if we cover the theory part, then we will start the sign up and sign in APIs today using the token based strategy. Okay, these are uh, three three concepts which I am trying to complete today. And in these three, while completing these three concepts, we will also get to see about many to many relation also. Okay, in yesterday class we have understood one to many, correct, where one was our category, many was our products. So we have understood that we have added one column in product table, and that column was category id. But just adding that column, we are able to achieve one to many, because whenever we want to get many products from category id, we are just passing the category id in product request, and automatically we were getting all the products for that category. So that was one to many relationship. Okay, but today we will see one example for many to many also. Okay, then you will see how the newly table will be created. Okay, so that would be our today's class agenda. Okay, so let's start discussing with authentications only. I think these are the authentications topic. They are okay. Then we will talk about the many to many. Okay. Okay, guys. So let's. I think we can start now, because only 15 people has joined. Still, some of people are joining, but we can't wait, right? We have already waited for 5 minutes. So let's start. Okay. So let's make this morning discussion little bit little bit interactive between me and you. Okay. So right now 15 people are there. So let's start with. I'm sure you guys are using lot of web applications. If you want to book a ticket, you have to go IRCTC website. If you want to order anything, you have to do. You will go for Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, right? If you are living near to Delhi or like some metro cities, you want to book a cab, you will use Ola and Uber, right? So can anyone tell me, when you are using any digital web applications or mobile application, once what is the first thing which you need to do after installing the app or after opening the browser? I know everyone knows because everyone has done it. Everyone do that. Correct. The first step is we need to sign up. Correct. Make an account. These are same things. Make an account or sign up or register. These three terms are same thing. We need to register. Correct. We need to sign up. We need to make an account. These three things are same. Okay. So why do you think they are providing the sign up screen? Anyone? Why do you think they want you to sign up? Okay. Anyone? Just guess. To authenticate. Okay. To verify your identity. Okay. No. Do you think like with sign up, like to access the feature of apps? Okay. To verify us. Okay. To save our data, adding your data into database. So see, the step for sign up is They want you to keep your identity in their system. They want to keep your identity in their database. So the next time, when you will open the applications, so they could know that who is the person, who is accessing this particular app. That's why only they provide you the sign up information. Okay, that's why they provide you sign up slash register slash make an account screen first, so they can understand, their application can understand who is the person who is going to access the feature of apps. Because see, for the Mintra website, or talk about the IRCTC, or talk about the Ola app, they will first ask for sign up, right? So they will keep your informations. And now once you will keep once they will keep your informations, they will create your entry in database, right? In their user table, they will create one entry with your username, email, or password. These three things will be there for user table, and they will create the entries. Now next time when you will enter into it, you do not need to sign up. You now need to tell them now that I have already signed up, my username is this and my password is this. And once you will provide that username and password, they will check that these two credentials in their database, and they will say, yes, this user belongs to us, this user has already registered, it means this user already belongs to us. Let him pass and let him use the features of app, like for Ola, book the cab; for Mintra, order the clothes, order the beauty products, and those things, right? So that's the purpose of sign up or register. They will keep your informations in their database, so the next time when you will come, you do not need to provide these all informations, and they can also tell you that yes, you belongs to our server, you belongs to our app. Okay, that's the reason of sign up. So now after sign up, what is the next screen that we got? We got the sign in screen, login screen. These are same name, right? We always, like all the applications, Amazon, Mintra, all the application has started signing. So see, there is two reason for sign in. One, they can understand you are the right person to access these things or not, or you are trying to access somebody else's account. See, because in Ola, if you are using the apps, you have booked 5 cabs, right? 5 times cabs, right? And then the 6 times, then the next time, if somebody else is coming, then he cannot book on behalf of yours. He should not book behalf of you, right? So that's why the login or sign in screen is needed. So only the like legitimate user should be only access the resources. Like if you talk about the Amazon.com only, right? If somebody else is using your account, then it will not be legitimate, right? It will not be like ethical. Correct. So and he should also not able to see your information, whatever you are doing. Let's talk about the simple Instagram, right? If they will not provide the login and credentials, so whatever post you have created, whatever photo you have uploaded, it will be available to everyone, right? If they are not providing you authentication strategies, if they are not providing you the sign in and login screens, then those information which you have put it, or your personal messages also, those could be publicly then, right? If they are not providing this, then somebody else can also see your messages. Correct. Yes, that definitely, Vishal, that could be misused. So that's why that is the special, that's a a very important reason. That's why all the applications, web applications, mobile applications, has started providing the login screen. So only the legitimate user can access the resources, or the ethical user, like who has created their account, they can only access the resources, nobody else can access the resources. That's why we need the authentications. So you can see, with the authentication, it decide who you are you the right person who has already signed up in our screen, sign up into our server? Then we will allow you to enter into the applications. That's why they are providing this screen. So the things which belongs to you, only you can access, nobody else They should not be accessing. Okay, it's like a lock in the real world. We see it's like a lock, right? So you have the keys, and those keys are your username and password. So once you will enter these two things, only then you will see your informations and whatever you have done, and you can now create a new things as well. So that's what the authentication is meaning is, guys. It's like a lock for a digital web applications. Okay, where it will tell you that like now you can now you can enter into this website and do whatever you want to do. Okay, that's the step we have. That's the step. That's what the authentication, and every applications right now using the authentications. Like some of the websites like quickverse.com, they are providing some of the things freely to you. They are not asking for any authentication and sign in. But I think like recently I have seen in the quickverse.com also that if you want to see some private videos, like some of the videos where the players are like players have taken wickets or some players are got out, if you want to see those things, you need to sign in there also. You need to first sign up and then sign in. Correct? So in another way, they are like restricting also with the authentications. They are providing the restrictions also to you. You cannot access these resources after only you can access when you will provide these informations to you. That's another way to use authentication also. One in the social media app, they are providing authentication. So keep your information safe. So only you can access it. Another scenario we see about the authentications, so they are restricting people that they cannot use these features of app after only you when you will log in, then only you can use it. Like you remember about the like the yeah, I think that's the right example only. So that's another case. Yes, highlights. Yes, if you want to see the highlights also, they will ask you about the go for the login and sign in screen. You have to provide your information, then only you can see the highlights. Otherwise, some of the free things are available. They kept authentication middleware between these APIs. Yes, that's right. That's a middleware. I think Likhit has correctly understood in the technical terms. Whenever we are want to access the APIs, this authentication middleware will be in the middle between our controller and routes. And then first, if the user is legitimate, then it will go for controller. Otherwise, we will simply throw the error. That's how the authentication middleware we will create. We will create the authentication middleware. Okay. So guys, there are different type of authentication available right now in the world. I have already opened one website. So let me share my screen. We'll see. The very common one is the basic authentication. Very common one is the basic authentications. But before that, we'll see, because we are in our slides, they have mentioned about the basic authentication and token based. So, but we'll see about them. But let's see what are the other authentication available in the world. Okay. So I have opened. I hope you guys are able to see my screen. Let me see in the chat. Are you able to see my screen? Thank you. Okay. So you can see here 5 common authentication types here. So first is password-based authentication, which is very common, right? Everyone is using the password-based authentication, right? Where you just need to provide your username and password, and then we will check these username and password in database or in our Node.js server, and then we will say that yes, you are the legitimate user, you are the correct person. Now you can enter into it. Password-based authentication, everyone knows, right? Another one you have seen multi-factor authentications, where you have to see you can see like you have to provide two-time authentications, right? Like earlier, I remember for Gmail also they have started providing the multi-factor authentications. First, you will enter your username and password. Then there will be one like screen will come where you have to enter some numbers, or like you have to select something from your mobile applications, right? When you will say yes, you are the person who is authenticating there, that person is correct, then only you can access it. In the Gmail, this feature is there, multi-factor authentications. Correct. So like it's a two-step authentication, we can say, because first you have you have to tell 2 times to server that yes, you are this person. You can see sometimes reCAPTCHA also comes, right? Once you provide your information, after that reCAPTCHA is coming, correct? So you have to select the images in the reCAPTCHA. That's also multi-factor only, where you have to two times tell to your server that you are the right person, you are not any machine, so you are not any wrong person. Okay, so these are multi-factor authentications. There are certificate based authentications also. You know about the HTTPS when we were discussing. So when we are calling any server, so at that time we install the certificate. So those certificate based authentications are also here. But these are not for web applications actually. The for web applications, we are mostly going to use a password or token based authentications. You remember about the biometric, like if you are like working in any of the IT organizations, they provide you biometrics also, right? You have to like put your thumb on that biometric machine and then only you can enter it. Correct. So like you do not need to write a lot of the things. Then based on your unique, like because these our fingerprints are unique, right? So that's why they keep those fingerprints there, and now they will store that fingerprint into the machines and then into database, and then they can verify it. Same goes for facial recognition, fingerprint scanners, speaker recognition, eye scanners. These are different type of like biometric one, where they are talking about not any username and password. They're talking about your body parts. Like eye scanner is there, fingerprint I told already, facial is also there. I'm not saying these are fully proved. There are still some of the ways you can hack them, but yes, I think eye scanner, not sure, but yes, you can hack everything. Right now you can hack every authentications, right? You just need to think little bit and then you can hack it. And this is the token based authentications. So token based authentication and password based authentications are totally same, but the reason, the main difference between these two are that the token based authentication is little bit advanced compared to password based authentication. Okay, so we'll discuss about these two differences. Password based authentication is also called basic authentications. Okay, and token based authentications, already known as token based authentications. Okay, so these are different type of authentications, guys. Now we'll discuss about the basic and the token based authentications. And let me know if you guys have seen any other type of authentications also. Let me know in the chat. Rather than that, if you guys have seen any other type of authentications also. I'm sure you guys have seen different type of authentications also. Is there any other authentication you have seen which we have not discussed? I know about like mobile phone number and OTP. That is very common authentication has started. Like if we talk about the Hotstar also, so they have also started giving that mobile number. You just need to put your mobile number. You will get the OTP for that, and just in this step they will do sign up and sign in both things. I think, if I'm not wrong, they are doing both scenarios in one screen only. Sign up and sign in one step. You do not need to register anything there in Hotstar. You just need to provide your phone number. They are just taking your phone number as a register. I think Reliable also, yeah, Reliable also does the same thing. They do not ask any or other information. They just ask your phone number, right? Or I'm not sure about, because I did only that. They only provided us the mobile number, and then everything goes. External encrypted key. What is that, Sarath? External encrypted key. Is it also the type of authentication you're saying? Authentication like SIM card should be in same device for most of payment and OTT app. SIM card should be in same device for most of payment and OTT app. Yes, it could be like authentication. Yes, it could be, because you need to tell your identity to the server, to the applications. If you are not telling your if you are not telling your correct identity, application should not allow you to do any transactions or anything, right? If Instagram app, let's just consider somebody has hacked the Instagram app. Now if somebody like you are like, because somebody they have hacked their server, now anyone can access anything. Now they know, they, because the server has been hacked, any password and any username and password can be true, can get the success. So now see the losses. everything which you have done, like personal or private chat, anyone can see that. That's the problem. That's what the authentication is trying to stop. If there is no authentication, then like everything, and there is nothing private, then everything is public. Anyone can do the transactions. Like if there is no authentication on Amazon, anyone can like order anything to your house, and then you have to pay. Like these type of problems are there, right? Authentication, FB asks to recognize things associated to the user if accessing account after being logged out and not remembering the credentials. Yes, that's also right. Correct. Totally agree. That's also like we can say multi-factor authentication. That could come under the multi-factor authentication. If you have forget some things, you like it only happened. But by the way, when you forget the credentials, right? When you forget your password, then they will only ask your associated things, right? Yes. Public and private keys using encryption and decryption. Uh, yes, we use that. These are not authentication. These are some strategies which provides us the authentications. Like everywhere it will happen. Public and private key encryption and decryption everywhere will happen. In token based authentication also it happens. Like in certificate based authentication it also happens. So these are like some basic levels. Encryption and decryption everywhere it will happen. We will today also see, like we will when we will create the token, at that time we will also encrypt that, and then later on we'll decrypt it also. So we'll see that. So this is not authentication, we can say. Authentication internally, whenever we are doing any authentications, we are internally encrypting and decrypting things. Okay, Ekta? Another authentication, sending message from same device now instead of getting OTP. Hmm. Instead of getting OTP, you're saying sending message from same device. Hmm. So like I'm considering, like I have my phone and I have application. So sending message from same device. Hmm. Not sure about it, but okay. I think you are talking about the yes. I think yes. I remember one of the UPI when I was trying to create UPI ID. At that time, I remember I need to send some message from my mobile. Yes. Then they will register our mobile to those banking applications. Yes, that could be that could be the example Parag is trying to explain here. Yes, Parag, that's also another way to do the authentication. Yes. Let's see. He has one doubt. Okay, Sarad is sharing something. Let's open that. How can we copy this thing? Okay, can't copy it from here. So let's see. Yes, we can copy it from here. So he is also providing Ubico security key. Okay. I hope you guys are able to see my screen also, right? Am I sharing it? No, not sharing it. Okay, 1 minute. Let me share it. Oh, okay. So you can store all your password here. That's what it does. Support FIDO2 and U2F. Works out of box with Google Microsoft and 100 of other services. Hmm. How does it work? It's also new for me. I put it on everyone's channels in hacked. One of my friends says to me that why and such everyone like how many mails it will secure. How many mails it will secure, but unfortunately no one gave any information. So I bought to secure at least one of my mail and like key to each of my mail and secure everything in my place. I see. It looks like once you will put this thing into your devices, it provides some software. It looks like what I'm understanding. It provides some type of software, and then I like you can just encrypt everything, like all the data in your system. I need to check this, but yeah, thanks for sharing it, Sharad. That's very nice one. I will check into this one also. Yeah, and everyone, I will share this URL so you guys can also look into that on after class. Or yeah, you can check. So Parag is saying, like click this. Okay, so let's see another question. Encrypt and decrypt pattern will be different for everyone. So there is two type of encryptions and decryptions separate only, right? Like the one where they use the public key, for both type once they use the one key for both places, like from the user also, like the sender and receiver both uses the same key, and second one is the public and private key. There are two type of encryptions only right now available, so that's where everywhere it is happening. And the second one is the most used one, asymmetric one, which is where we use the primary and private key. Google now asks us to choose the correct number from the given three number on screen when trying to access this. Yes, they are trying to uh, like uh, try multiple ways, and that's what they are doing. USB device for authentication. Yeah, Sarad. Without this, we can't unlock once we use it. Ah, I see. We need to. Okay, I see. I see. Nice, nice. You key for verification. You're not robot. Interesting, interesting. I have already shared the URLs. Everyone can look into that and get some idea. Okay. Okay, so let's move into our. Okay, so guys, now till now we have discussed only about the authentication. Let's also understand the authorization. What is the authorization? In real world, in real world, authority. You guys have heard about the authority? Anyone? So what is the meaning of authority? If I'm saying I'm giving you authority to do this thing, what is the meaning of it? Like you have the authority to do this, you have the authority to do that. Permission, power to do any task. Yes, liberty, what he can do, permission. Yes, the common word could be the permission here, right? So I like once you enter in any digital web applications, now there are multiple things you can do, right? But that thing, now that thing will be decided based on what permission you have. You can see, as a user I cannot do everything in any of the digital web applications. I should not be allowed to do everything. I should not be, see, in amazon.com website, I should not be allowed to change prices of any product, right? If there is any clothes, should I be allowed to change the price of any clothes? No, right? So that's where the authorization and permissions come for any of the e-commerce applications. Correct? Like if you enter in any of the Instagram or Facebook, and you can automatically make the request for, and you can expect you can accept request for any other person. Can you do that? Should you be doing it? Can you accept request for any other person also? No, right? These things are not like these things are not like logical. These things are not logical. So that's why they provide you the authorization step. So what, like once you enter into your application, what are the things only you can do? What are the permissions you have? Or what are the authorities you have? That we decide with the authorization. Okay, with authentication we decide that am I the right person to enter into this website or not. Okay, if you are, then you can enter it. That's the authentication. But once you enter into this website, now what are the things you can do? What are the things you can do? That will be decided with the authorization step. Okay guys, so and in our e-commerce applications we are creating two type of roles, user and admin. So user can do some of the things and admin can do some of the things, right? So that's why I hope you understood why we need the authorization, because there are some of the actions which everyone should not be allowed. Okay. Yes, so we only authorize to purchase. We only authorize to look for the products, search for the products, query the products. These are the things we are only authorized to do. Okay, as a role, like as a user role. But if you join the Amazon company, same credentials, they will provide you admin role also. So then you can do these operations also. Okay, guys, you can change the price. So for that, you need to join Amazon company. Okay, using grant command. Yes, so they will grant you some of the roles, and then you can do uh, multiple operations which a normal user can't do. So but the thing which I want to tell you here, like in e-commerce application, we should be having the authorization step also, which should tell that that the user who has logged in, who that logged in user is allowed only for some of the operations. He should not be able to call all the APIs. That's the meaning. In the technical words, once the user has signed in into our system, he should not be allowed to access all the APIs. He should be allowed to access only some of the APIs. Okay, that's how as a backend developer we should understand these things. Okay, so that's what we have understood about the authentication and authorization. Let's move further. Okay, so now let's see what is the basic authentication and what is the token based authentication. Okay, so I told you basic token based authentication is just the modified part of basic authentication. Token based authentication is just the advanced and modified part of basic authentication. So let's first see what is basic authentication. So basic authentication is simple. You will get one sign in screen. In that sign in screen you have to provide your username and password, and then you have to click on the sign in. From the user perspective, that's the basic authentication. Okay, and same for token based authentication also. For from the user perspective, it is not going to change. Both authentications are same, username and password in both authentication. But on the server side, both type of authentication changes. In the basic authentications, next time if you are making any of your network call, any of your API call, you have to pass username and password every time. You have to pass your username and password every time in the basic authentication. So that's why you can see client credentials are overexposed. एक बार तुमने यूजर नेम एंड पासवर्ड प्रोवाइड करा दिया है, अब हर एपीआई में तुम्हें प्रोवाइड कराना पड़ेगा. That is the basic authentication. You have to pass to use those username and authentication in all the APIs which you are going to make the call. And if you are passing every time those username and password, if there is a hacker in the middle, he can easily get your username and password, and then your data is hacked now. So that's why the basic authentication is not like applicable in most of the applications. And what is the difference between now basic authentication and token based authentication? So in the token based authentications, you will only pass your credentials first time, username and password. It will go to the server. Server will verify that you are the right person and you have these authorities. And after that, it will provide you one token. That token will be encrypted. That token will be encrypted. Token will be one string. Token is simply a string, and that string is encrypted. And now next time from the client side, whatever request you are making, you have to pass that token. And on the server side, we will decrypt that token, and then we will go for any other stuff. So that's the difference between basic authentication and token based authentication. Okay, guys, let me draw that little bit about the token base. Okay, let's see. So this is our client. We can say this is our client layer. Okay, and then there are server layer. Correct. So now see, first time when you are doing the sign in screen, when you got the sign in screen, so you will provide your username and password here to server, right? You have provided the username / password. Correct. So now what server will do? Server will go to the server step. Go to the database, check credentials are right, check credentials are correct, and then create a token for that user, and now pass this token to you client. Now only token will go back. Okay, now this token will go back from the server side, and now client is making any API call. Next, all the API calls for get user, create product, create category, all the API calls will have the token. And server first verify that token has not been expired or token is correct or not. And once then it will go for controller. Okay. And token, I just understand token is a small string which is base 64 encoded. Like token will be one string base 64 encoded. I will tell you how will that look like. So it will be string, simple string. Token will be very simple string, and that string will be base 64 encoded, because there should be encryption, right? So people cannot understand what data we are hiding here. Okay, so we'll talk little bit more about it, but first understand, we need to first understand the process. Okay, first understand the process here. So what is base 60? So base 64, these are some of the encryption techniques which the cryptographical, which we use in the cryptography. When we have some of the string data and we want to encrypt it, we'll use the base 64. In 64, there are like 64 letters will come, like some all the alphabet of small letters, all the small alphabet letters, capital alphabet letters, some numbers, and some, I think, special characters. We'll use these characters to encrypt some of the data, like any data we'll use. So that's what the base 64 is. Okay. And so guys, do not get panic here to fully jump into the token part. Just first understand how the token based authentication works. We are right now talking about the token based authentication. So first understand what is the token based authentication. In the token based authentications, client first will pass the username and password. Server will create a token, and that token will be passed to client. Okay. Now for making all the other remaining requests, all the remaining API requests, that client has to pass that token. Okay. In their header, mostly we pass that token in their header, in the request.header. Okay. And then server has to every time verify that token. And if token looks good, then you will go for further step. Okay. And token is simple as string. And then I will show you how we will generate that token. No problem. For that, in Node.js, for generating this token or verifying this token, there is a one package, and that package name is JWT, JSON Web Token. By the way, JSON Web Token is a standard also for making authentication request between client and server. It's a standard. It's not only for Node.js, it's for all the languages. They have created the standards, and that standard name is JSON Web Token Standards, where we will encrypt some JSON data, and then that JSON token will be encrypted. Then that JSON data will be encrypted and converted into one string, and then that token will be passed in same flow. But in Node.js, we use the JWT package. Okay, for doing that thing. So we'll do that. We understand that thing. But first understand token-based authentications. How long is token exactly valid? You can provide that timing. There is one key where you will write the expires. So you can provide that key while creating your token. When you will creating your token, at that time you will provide the key. You will provide the expire time. So on based of that, that token will be live or valid. Okay, we'll see that. Okay, guys. So first understand the difference between the basic token and token based, basic authentication and token based authentication. Okay. So let's move further. Let's see what is next for us. Okay. So now, guys, let's understand now the many to many also, because now we are going to start our programming part. Okay. Now we are going to start the programming part. So because we want to do authentication and sign up. So first we'll do the sign up, right? Because I told you, right? First we have to do the sign up, then we have to do the login part. Correct? So for sign up, we need to create two tables right now, user and role, right? Because while somebody is sign up, while somebody is signing up, we need to have that data in our models, right? In our database. So for that, we will create two tables here. One table where we will keep all the user information, and second table will be roles, where we will tell this user is allowed to do only these things. Okay. So in our case, we are only going to go for two roles. users and admin. But first, before that, let's create the tables and create the many to many relation. Okay. Okay, but guys, by the way, let me see OTP that has some time which expires after certain time. Is it like token? OTP that has some time which expires after certain time. No, actually, OTP is not a token. OTP, they have just added one more factor. Like once you will provide the username and password, okay, then they will, then they are saying go for one more step. That is OTP. They will ask the OTP to you, and then when you will provide the OTP, now your sign in is correctly. Now you have signed in. Now the token will be created for you, and then from the next request, when you are accessing, you are clicking anywhere in your websites, all those requests will have the token. Okay, that's how the token base works. OTP, just like you first step, username and password. Username and password, they are verified. Now they will go for OTP. Okay. Okay, guys. So let's talk. Let's now skip. Let's now keep the theory part. We have understood the authentication and authorization. Let's start implementing them. Okay. But before implementing them, we need to create the models. Okay. And then before, while creating our models, we will discuss about many to many also. So you guys tell me, what do you understand when we are talking about the users and role? Is it the what type of relation it is? Users and role. One too many. Okay, Ekta is saying one too many. Is everyone agreed? One too many. Aradhya is also saying one too many. One too many. Everyone is agreed with one too many. But I am not agreed with that because it's many to many, guys. Us, you see, every time whenever we are going to look for these permissions, these association, we need to look from both perspective. So first, look from user perspective. Okay, user can be normal user also, user can be admin, user can be other scenarios also, whatever multiple roles are there. So one users can have multiple roles, correct? So that's clear. From the user side, it's one to many. Right, now let's now look from the roles part. Can one role be assigned to multiple people? Can one role be assigned to multiple people? Yes. So that's why multiple users can have multiple roles. Multiple roles can be assigned to multiple users. Same way, multiple user can have many roles, and many roles can be can belongs to many users. So it's many to many relation, guys. It's not one to many. Okay, in the applications, this is many to many. And for many to many, I already told you, we always need one more extra table where we are going to keep the relation. Let's see very quickly in our slide. Let's create a new slide. Let's create very quickly our user table. Okay, so let's draw our user table here, and let's create here side in the side role table. Okay, in the user table we will keep user ID. Was first column always ID. Second would be name or username. We can say username or email or password. Okay. And now in the role table, we'll just simply take ID and role name. Two columns. Okay. Let's create some entries for them. So one, Arpit something a@gmail.com and ABC password. Same goes for second. This is Rohan r@gmail.com and password is same Rohan. Okay, let's create three also. Let's take Ankit. Let's create an@gmail.com and password is Ankit also. Okay, let's create two roles. One developer, second could be tester, third could be, take third also, like manager. So now guys, do you think with these two tables, we can create a multiple many to many relation without duplicating any rows. Without duplicating any rows, can be create any rows can be create many to many relation in these two tables only. Because in one to many we can add one more column here, and then we can create the role ID here. But in this case, it could not possible because the same role can be assigned to many users here. The developer Arpit could also be developer, Rohan could also be developer, right? And Arpit could also be manager. Then how will he have two roles at the same time? Manager and tester, manager and developer. In one row, how will he has two roles? Then we need to create one array here. Correct? So that's why we will create one more table between, and that table name will be user roles, which will have only three columns: ID, common one, user ID, and role ID. This will be another table here. Correct? Where we'll keep like Arpit, user ID 1. He is developer, he is also manager. Like this. You can see. Now let's talk about Rohan. Rohan, user ID 2. He is tester and he is also part-time developer. Sometime he is also developer, I will say. Yeah. Right? Same goes for next one also. Ankit. Right? So user ID 3, and we can say he is manager. So can you see now many to many relation? This user Arpit is having many to many relation. Correct? Same goes for role also. This role is having many users. First this and first another this. Same goes for 3 also. So that's why guys, we all for many to many relation, we always create a new tables for keeping the relation. And now those two tables can keep their information. There will not be any duplicate row. Okay, so now and in Sequelize it's very easy. You guys won't believe, I do not need to create user roles table also. Automatically, I will just write 2 lines in association, as I did yesterday for has many. Same way I will do today also, and you will see automatically these things will be created. I will show you that thing. We also need to make function in controller or in the middleware where we must need an email password which necessary to sign up. Yes, we'll do that. Yes, Ankit, we'll do that. Before that, see, in the middleware we need to check. Okay, we'll talk about it. No problem. We'll talk about that. Yes, yes, Mac. So only the third table will only have the IDs. It will just have the IDs because the third table is no use. Third table is only telling us the relation between user and roles. It is not making any other importance to us. We are not storing any data. We are just storing our IDs. We are just storing a relation between users and roles there. Okay, man. Okay, guys. So that's all about it. Let's start the user array. Let's first create the user and role model, and then we will do the association part. Okay. So let's first create the user and role model. So let me create it, and you guys, and then we will create the association, and then I will give you 2 or 3 minutes so you guys can also do. Okay. So let me first do it. So before that, everyone start their server, everything, or let me also paste the session. Let me delete. I was already trying it, so let me delete it. Okay, now there is no changes. So let me first push this branch so you guys can see the changes, whatever I will push. Let me also increase the zoom it little bit so you guys can see it properly. And let me paste the GitHub URL here also for the today's changes. So it will be session 5. So you guys can see the changes from here now. Let me pin it. Okay, so everyone now can open this URL also in their system. Everyone open this GitHub URL also in their browser. Okay, so they can see the changes there. Okay, guys. So let's create first the user model. Okay. So you guys know that I like whoever is know that, please create it, and we have to take 3 columns only. Let me do it, and then you guys can do it. Okay. So let's create npx equalize. Okay, what I'm doing? No, 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 don't do that. Yeah. Okay, guys, 1 minute. Somehow I just clicked in my file. Yeah, and npx equalize, you know, right? Model colon generate. That's the syntax, right? Model colon generate. Then we have to provide our model name. So minus name, capital USER, user. Everyone follow the same syntax. Capital USER, user. Then attributes, 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 and then 3 attributes. One would be username, it will be text. Second would be email, this will also text, and third would be password. We'll keep 3 information about users. Okay, let's enter it. We can see we have created the. Let me pass this command in meanwhile. If you guys are already looking into it, but do not copy it, guys. I'm just telling again, do not copy it. Just try to write it. When you will write it, you will learn it. Okay. Now let me create the role one also. First, guys, see it here. I will give you time. Npx equalize, same model colon generate, again minus minus name. I will provide the name, capital ROLE, role, minus minus attributes, and we'll give one attribute only, name, right? Role name only, name. Okay, so now, okay, I haven't provided this command to you. 1 minute. Okay, guys, so we can see here now 2 models has been created for us. Role, it has name only, and user, which has 3 columns: username, email, and password. And now we'll create the association. Just for association, guys, you need to write this much, this line: user dot has many, oh no, 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 belongs to, sorry, user, because this user belongs to, right? Yes. So user dot belongs to many, right? And then here you have to write a through. Which table? Through. So you have to write through. I think you have to write only like this only. Through. Just missing or what? Okay, let me see. Through. What will be the name here? We can give that table name. The user roles. That is the table name. User roles. Okay. Actually, I was missing the models. That's why. See, belongs to many what models we have. I was missing the model's name. That's what the problem is. Models dot role. Yeah. Now let's see. Yeah. Now through user roles. So I'm just simply saying user belongs to many role through user role table. You will simply read user belongs to many role through user role table. The same goes for role table also. Role belongs to many. Simply role belongs to many models dot user, and then through user role, same table, user role. And guys, that much you only need to do, and now you will see automatically user role table will be created for you, which will be keeping 2 columns, 3 columns, sorry, id, user id, and role id. Let me show you. Node index.js. Let me see if there is any error. So user roles is not defined. User roles is not defined. Okay. What is this? Through user role. Okay, I'm missing anything. Through user roles. Okay. Models.user. Okay. So it is going into the role only. Role dot belongs to many. Models.user. through user role. It looks good. What about here? User, okay, dot belongs to many, model dot role through user roles. Okay, it looks also. Is it belongs to? Just let me check one minute, guys. Let me check. Might be missing the syntax. Yeah, let me check. Yeah, belongs to many through. Everything is looking good, right? Actor, movies, yes. Okay, so okay. User dot belongs to, spelling is correct, right? Belongs to many. Okay, models dot roles. Okay, and through user roles. Oh, okay. We need to put it in single string. Oh, sorry, guys. That was a syntax problem. Sorry for that. We need to put it in single string. Yeah, single quotes. Now let's see. Are we still getting the error? Let's see. No, we are good now. Let's see our database. Let's refresh it. Yes, see, you guys see. This is our role table. We can see name column is there. This is our user table. Can you see it? The ID and username and email and password. And then this is the automatic table which is created. User roles. You see the structure? Role ID and user ID. That's all Sequelize has done automatically for you guys. It has automatically created the table for you which will make the association. That's why people are using ORMs. Let me push this change and let me push this change so you guys can also try it. Just very simple line you have to write it. Git add git commit many to many to many. Okay, so I have already pushed the changes, guys. So those changes will be available here in our GitHub repo. Will be inside the model folder. We have just made the changes here in the model folder. Okay, so now let's take 2 minutes and then simply try to implement it. Everyone. In meanwhile, I will see the doubts of yours. If you don't write many, then what will happen? Belongs to, then it will not create the table. Then that relation will different. Belongs to many, we are saying it is many to many relation. If we'll do the belongs to, it will be like one to one relation. We are saying belongs to. Yes, Likit has written one to one. Yes, that means the value should be unique in the relation table. Yes, value will be in the relation table. Value should be unique. No, it's not. That's why we are creating the, because see the previous slide. If you see my slide, you can see in the user role, Mahek, the values are not unique, right? ID column is unique, but the user ID and role ID, these are not unique. We are creating many to many relation. There is no unique things. Likhit, okay, codes. Yes, sir, you didn't put single. Yes, yes, Mac, I did it. I did it. Sir, I could not join the classes for a few days due to my exam. So I wanted to ask that can I connect the VS Code with the MySQL that I have downloaded in my laptop, and I have downloaded MySQL database in laptop already. Yes, yes, please do that. No need to install the jam. That's fine, Mac. You can just simply start the MySQL server and go for config.json. Let me show you the file also. Yeah, here in the config.json, you need to provide your credentials here. Then you can connect it. Okay. Okay, let's see. Likhit, where did you got user role? Yeah, we got it in here. See, in the table, we got this user roles. You can see the structure under the e-commerce database. We got the user rate roles table. Okay, check that. So everyone who is, please do it and let me know in the chat. Are you guys able to see it or not? Sir, I mean, if we don't write many with belongs to, then we'll create a unique table. Oh, okay. So you are talking about that. Yes, if we will not write the many, then belongs to will create a see, that relation will be different. Then that relation will go into one to many. Correct? Because see, belongs to many when we are writing in two places. If you have taken my last class, at that class we have written the belongs to also. Correct? So at that time, in the belongs to, so we have provided the man. Let me show you that also. In the last class we have, right. So let's see in the categories, when we are writing category dot has many products, right? And then if you go to the products, you can see products belongs to model dot category. So now this is relation is one to many, where we are saying product belongs to category and category can have many products. So what it does, it has created one column in products only. It will not create any relation table here from one to many. So it will create the one column in products table, and that column was category ID. And then we were able to create the relation. Okay, Mahek? Sir, in both the models files, we need the similar code in association. Yes, because now both are many to many. So that's why we need the association code in both places. And it will look like this. See, in the role, it will look like role dot belongs to many, models dot user through user dot user roles. And same goes for there in the user dot belongs to many, models dot role through user roles. You guys can check my GitHub repo also. You guys will get from there. How do I connect the MySQL with VS Code? So just need to start MySQL server. Then you have to provide the credentials in the config.json. Likit wants to see my PHP admin. Let me show it. Yeah. User roles, users table. Okay, Likit. I have given same command, but in user roles, UNR small letters. Okay. Is it creating any problem for you, Likit? Are you not able to see the user role table? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. No problem. We'll see if we. So just try to remember these things like your table name is in small letters. So I might be using somewhere capital. So just try to understand that thing from your perspective. Okay. Okay. So you have given capital but getting small. It's weird. I have not made any changes. Like see, yeah, the file names are users. Okay. So let me check my database also. Yeah, like I'm getting the capital only. Okay, it's weird. Can you check this thing because it takes the model name from here, database name it takes from here, and then just add S into this. You can check for migration also. In the migration, you can see it just added the S after this. This is the table name it should be. Okay. Okay, Likit. This should be the model name in the database or table name. Okay, so everyone done it? I think we have already spent 5 minutes here. Have, has everyone able to see the user role table? Deep has done it. Sarad has done it. Vishal is still trying. No problem. We can stop. Wait for one moment. Arad has done it. What about you, Ekta? Likhit. Likhit has already done it. He has already told it. And who was else? Deep has already done it. Parag. Arad has already done it. He has told me. Bharat and Sarad. Nitesh. Nitesh has done it. Okay, great. Do we need to do done in index? No, no, no. No changes in index.file. Correct. We just made the changes in models file. We created model files, making changes there. Today Nilanjan has not joined. Nilanjan, are you here in the class? Joseph has also done it. Great, Joseph. Nilanjan, I think he didn't join. Okay. So he will miss the sessions, right? Okay, so I think most of the people has done it. I will just wait for Vishal's response also, and then we will go further. Vishal, let me know once you did it. Now we will look for first our first API, which is the sign up API. Okay, where we'll create the user data and assign the roles also to that users. Yeah, let's see according to slide also. That's the next thing, right? Yeah, they have created the users and role schema. What is next here? Yes, I think next thing is create the auth controller, where we are going to create the sign up and sign in API. But we will first create the sign up API. Okay, then we will do further. So we'll now create the sign up API so the users can be created in our database. Okay, before that, yeah, guys, before that, let's create a default roles. Yeah, why not? Let's create a default roles. So everyone, because we have already created a lot of default data like for product and default category, you guys try to create the default role now. So let me know first in the chat for creating the default roles, which file you guys will use. Who has done it? Let me know in the chat which file you guys will use it for creating the default roles. And only two roles you have to create, admin and user. Please write in the chat which file you guys will use. Main index.js, main index, okay? Yes, main index.js. In main index.js, we are already creating product and category. In similar way, you need to first import the role on top as you are importing this line. See in index.js, as you are importing these lines, these models, products, sequelize categories, similar way you have to import the role also here, right? Role you have to import and then simply role dot bulk create. You will create one common array and then at the end you will write await role dot bulk create. Okay, so please do that. In meanwhile, let me see the Likhit doubts. Okay, I will do after taking the Likhit doubts. I will do the same very quickly. I have given user role but getting is small. User roles you are getting, but somehow you are getting the small. Okay, help me with this doubt. Okay, you are getting everything in small letters. Not sure why it is happening with you. Hmm. Somewhere it is happening in you. Huh? What could be the reason? Huh? Hmm. Hmm. Can you also show me the migration files of yours? In the migration, show for user only. And at the down, you are returning user, so that this file is fine. Just show me the migration also for this. Okay. Very weird issue. It's happening only with Likhit, right? It depends on model name. No, no, no. Migration. This should, yet it depends on model name, that's right. But we can see what is the migration data is coming here. Because I can see it's capital here for me. And this is the same thing is here also in my database, in my PHP management. I'm believing like migration files are grading properly for you or not. And in the models, it takes from here, this line, role, model name. Here it take the capital letter, small letter. Can you check your model name also here? Okay, 1 minute. Yeah. For you also small deep. Hmm. Okay, I will check why this is happening. It seems like Sequelize is doing something there. Okay. While creating your tables, it looks like Sequelize is doing something. Okay, like sure, no problem. We will check this thing. Okay. Let's create a default roles first. But by creating a roles, let me first close this. Yeah. So while creating any of the default thing, you will be taking here in capital only, right? Products or role. Can you confirm this thing, Deep and Likhit? While importing anywhere those models, are you taking it in capitals or small? Like here I have imported in the main index.js. Likit and Deep. What is the value we are taking here while importing these models? Can you check very quickly? Capitals. No, no, not for you, Sarad. No, no, not no Likit. It is happening for all the tables, right? Products and categories also. What about categories and product? Are you taking it in them small or capital? Not for you, Sarad. For you, it's working fine. Just talking to Likit and Deep. Hey, Likit, what happened? You can see your index.js file, right? Yeah, you guys are importing categories and product in capital only. Yes, Deep is importing in capital. So then it's fine. Whatever it's happening in database, that's fine. From you, categories in small. Okay, it's it looks like then your category is in this is not in capital. Hmm. If your model name is small, I think that's why it is taking everything in small or why. I need to check your code base. Only then I can understand this issue. Why it is happening with you. But that's fine. Okay, let's create a role. Let's create default role. I've already, let me first create it. So whoever has done it, let me know in the chat. Meanwhile, I'm creating. So you guys can see, I'm creating a default role now. As we created default categories, we'll create a default roles, right? We will only create two roles here. And we just need to provide the name, nothing else. Automatically, ID will be created for us. So first is user and second is admin, correct? And then at the end, await role dot bulk create and provide the default roles, right? Let's start our server. Let's check. Yes, you can see default roles are be created, user and admin. Till now, we don't have any user, we do not have any user roles relation also. Okay. Are we good with that, guys? I will give you 2 minutes only this for this, not more than that, because we need to look for sign up now. I will just push this change so you guys can quickly copy it and run it. Done it, yeah. Vishal has done it. Araz has done it. Okay. Please do everyone. Likit, Sarad, Deep, Ekta, Joseph. Please do it very quickly. So after that, so like whoever has done it, let me know. Like now we are going to create a new route. That route name is slash sign up. Correct. So what is the first place where we will define our route? What is the first folder or place where we will define our routes? Okay, that's a route folder only. So we will create a new file there and import it into index.js. Correct? We'll create a new file there. And that file name will be auth.route. Auth dot like as we are creating and if we see into the routes folder category.js product, yeah, we'll keep the auth.js simply because it is doing all the authentication and authorization stuff. So we'll keep the file name there auth.js. Okay. So copy one of the files, like copy the same category.js file and just change the name there, auth.js. After that, we need to go into controller and create the auth.js also in controller. Okay, so in meanwhile, Likhit and Sarad, or Sarad has already done it. Okay, Likhit and Ekta, Ankit, you guys have done it. Likhit has done it. Okay, the default role has been created for you. Let me check. Yeah, default role has been created for you. For Nitesh, it is still a problem. What is the problem, Nitesh? Oh, you guys want to see my VS Code? Okay, let's see. What part in VS Code? Which file? Index.js? Okay. Main index.js. Already posted the code, guys. It's a big file, right? Which part you want to see now? Nitesh, which part? I just made the changes here. In this line, I imported the role. Then I created this array, name user admin, and then I added the role.bulk create. Okay. Yes, GitHub has the latest one. I'm requesting everyone to start using this URL. I'm pushing everything here. If you see in index.js, I just pushed everything here. After making changes, you can see role is here, default role is here, abate role.bulk create is there, everything is here. Okay. Okay, so let's move further. Let's create our first sign up API. According to our slide, let's create our sign up API. Okay, let me see the name which they are giving to sign up API. Let me see their routes very quickly. Yeah, so they have given the same API v1 slash auth slash sign up. Okay, so guys, as we already discussed, the first thing which we need to do, we have to go to routes folder. Correct? We will go into the routes folder and create a new file, and that file name will be auth.js. Okay, and in auth.js, we'll copy everything from the category.js. Copy everything from the category.js and paste it here. Right? Remove all the unnecessary things first. Remove controller logic, remove middleware logic. Uh, yeah, right? And then remove all the routes also. We'll create a new routes and change the name here also to auth routes, right? Then go to the index.js, import this one. Const require /auth and call the auth routes. Now this routes will be available everywhere. Correct. Now in index.js, use the auth routes also. Auth routes, same file. And let's give this route before the other, right? Correct. We did the similar thing for category routes, same for products, same for auth routes. Okay. Now let's give our auth routes one first API, which would be app.post. Sorry, routes.post. Because we are going to create the sign up one. And sign up, we need some information. Let's give the name ecom slash v1 slash API slash auth. Right? What was the name? Let me check. Slash API slash v1. Yeah, like this. Same name we'll take. And then instead of categories, we'll do auth. v1 slash auth. Quickly check one more time the names here. Slash auth slash sign in. Yes, slash auth slash sign up. Okay, we are good. Ecom slash API slash v1 slash auth slash sign up. Correct. That would be our auth name. Now let's create a controller for this. Okay, let's create the controller for this. So our controller will be auth.js, same name. correct? And let's export, let's write async function. Let's give them a sign up. The same thing which we are doing from very long back. Module dot export sign up. Right? Let's import this into our route file. Const equal to require slash controller slash auth. You can see we are not using index.js. That's why we need to do control slash auth. That's the problem of index. That's the problem I was talking about when not using the index.js. Now just add it into here. Sign up. Okay. Are we good now with the setup? Are we now good with the setup? Now we have done the setup. Now we will write our sign up logic, sign up controller logic. Okay. Okay. So let's see what is happening here in the sign up one. Okay. Yeah. So in the sign up one, first we will create the user with the username and email and password, right? And once the user has been created, then we will check for roles. Okay, no problem. Let's create it. Okay. So see, first thing from the request.body, let's get the user data. Okay. Get the user data. Correct. We got the user data, and then in the user data there will be three things, right? Const username, which we can directly take from request.body.username, right? No need to take it from bodies like this, like two-time replicate it will happen, right? We can simply take from here. Then we can take const email, request.body.email. Okay. Then we can take the password also from the body, request.body.password. So these three things will be provided to us. Correct? Okay, guys. So these three things will be provided to us from the client side: username, password, and the email. And there could be fourth thing also. That could be roles. Sometimes people can provide the roles also from the while creating the user, right? Or if not providing, we will provide some default role to that, before default role to the user, and that default role will be one. If somebody is not providing the role, then we will provide the default role. Okay, that's the scenario. Okay, guys. So while creating any user sign up API, always remember one thing: we never save our password as a string, because right now when somebody will provide the password, that will come as a string, right? So we never save the string directly into our database. We always encrypt it. We always encrypt our password, then save it into our database. Because see, in Facebook, if we have implemented our like if we in the facebook.com, if we have created our credentials, username and password, and if they are saving that password directly, same as like as I have provided, then anyone can access it later, right? Whoever has access of database, they can simply access it. They will know my username and password. So that's why, as a best security practice, we never store our password directly as a string in our servers. We first encrypt it, and then we store it into the database. And for that, we are going to install one package, and that package name is bcrypt. So that package name is bcrypt. There will be one package, right? Yeah, this is the package bcrypt. Let me show you bcrypt.js. Bcrypt. We just need to use two methods from here. Bcrypt.js npm. This is the package bcrypt.js. So it provides two. We just need to remember two methods here. One is the hash sync. I remember. Yeah, this hash sync, where we will just has that password, and second one will be verify sync. Yeah, compare, sorry, compare. Because later on, when somebody is providing the password, we need to compare it also. So that's why we just need to remember two methods here: hash sync and compare. Okay, so let's first install this package. Okay, so you guys can also parallelly do this. npm install bcrypt.js. Everyone install it. Let me also do this. npm install bcrypt.js. Okay, please do that. npm install bcrypt.js. Yeah. In meanwhile, Arad is saying, can you explain again what we did in routes? We just created a new route. In the routes folder, we created a new file auth.js, right? And then we are exporting our auth routes from here. And then in index.js, we just added that route, auth routes, similar like others, category routes and product routes. Then in main index.js, we were just using those routes in the top. Similar ways, category routes and product routes. Okay. Then in an auth.js, we have created our first API for sign up, which is ecom API v1 auth signup. That's the API name. And then we have written our controller for that. Now we are writing code in our controller only. Okay. But before that, because I want to install bcrypt package, because I don't want to save my password same as a string, which is coming from UI side. That's why we are encrypting it. So let's see. Let's require that package const bcrypt bcrypt.js. Now you can see we can encrypt directly our password here. bcrypt.js dot hash sync. Let me see. Is it like we have to take it in like, yeah, we can take like that only, right? Bcrypt. Okay, bcrypt, not bcrypt.js. It give us bcrypt, only bcrypt. Bcrypt dot. This is the method bcrypt dot hash sync. I'm just checking if bcrypt provides automatically that method, but it is not providing. Okay, hash sync, and we need to provide our request.body password, and we need to tell the number. So internally, it will just encrypt this bcrypt to us. I will also put the console here, so you guys can see the password which is coming here. You guys can see in database also, but yeah, let's see here also. Okay. Yes, Parag. Just create the this API, then we will go for break. Okay. Or you want to go for break now? Everyone, you can go. We can go for break for now also. You can connect back in 10 or 15 minutes. Or you want to see the sign up API first? The number we are giving the salt. See, if we look into the bcrypt library, it asking about how much letters we need in the password. Is it the 8 letters, 10 letters? So that's why we are giving the number here. Correct? It is telling us, see, you can see backend comma 8. So it will hash our password, and it will provide the salt for that number. Like 10, we have to provide one number, so it will give that number, though that number of encrypted string to us. Okay, it will provide that number of encrypted thing. We'll see it. We'll see it here in the password. Okay, so now we have all the data. Let's import our. Let's call our user model first. Let's call our user model. Slash user slash models, and let's call our user model here. User. So the first thing we need to put the try catch. So if there is any error, we can catch it. Global errors. We can simply send response dot end, and it is 500 because we can simply say internal server error. Okay. Now let's yeah. So now let's first thing. Let's create a user. So await user dot create, correct? And we just need to pass these things: username, email, comma password, correct? And now we will get the user here, const user, right? That's the first step we need to do. The same thing which we did for like uh, uh, categories and products. We just created the first user also, and once this user is there, let's look for roles also. So if user has provided the roles also, if request.body, it also has roles, correct? If not, if roles are not there, then we will create a default role. And you guys know, it's just very simple set role. There is one method called set roles, like set and the table names roles. That you need to do user.set roles, and it will take the values like one. I will just provide the one. It will create a default role for you. Await. Let's look for response also. Cons result. So guys, you see, this method is new for you. Set roles. And this method will only come with the many-to-many association. Because we are not going, we have to insert this relation in the user role table, right? So that's why the set is the keyword and your table name. Your table name you need to provide here. Set roles. Then it will automatically set the roles for you in the user role. I will show you how will it do that. And just result. First console it. We will first console it. Okay. And let's look the above scenario also. So if they have provided the roles, so we'll take it in one variable and then call the same this line user dot set roles. Call the same line, and rather than providing the roles, we will provide the rather than providing default one, we'll provide the user which user has provided. Okay, and after that we can simply say user has been created. So once it is does that, let me put the console also here. We can write user defined roles. We can put the result here, and here we can provide the default roles. Default roles, correct? And then at the end, once these two conditions are correct, roles are there or not, then we will just simply send the response from here that user has been created successfully. User has been created successfully. Okay. Some, I think, rally is going on, guys. So there could be some background noise. Okay. Okay, guys. So let me repeat the code again. And I know this line will be new for you, and it could be very confusing also. Set roles. Because first, let me show you this how this is working. Then we will discuss about how this set roles work. Yes, table name is user roles, but the sequelize is saying that we need to whenever we want to set values or get values, we have to use like this: set roles, get roles. Okay, let's see this. Let's run it. Then we will discuss again about it. Let's run this one. Let me see first. Is there any syntax error or anything? No, right? So now we can see in the roles table, we have two roles. In user source, nothing, user nothing. Let's open our postman. Okay. Let's create a new request here. Let's create a post and provide the HTTP localhost colon 2500 slash. Let's give our API name from the routes folder. Our API name is this ecom API v1 slash or. Okay. Let's give the body JSON. Let's give the username. The username could be ABC123. right? Let's give password. Password is also same, ABC123. Let's give the third thing, email, which could be abc123@gmail.com. Okay, and let's provide the roles also. And roles is an array, so let's provide 1 comma 2 both roles to this person. Okay guys, so we are providing both roles to this person. Let's run it. Let's see how that looks like. Yes, so user has been created successfully. Let's look into our console also. You can see user defined roles, because we have already defined the roles, right? Auth.js, because this one happened, yeah, user.define. That's why because we were passing the roles, that's why it goes here. Now let's see the tables first. You can see the roles table. It still looks same, user admin. Let's see the user role. We have created the one username, email, password. Guys, you can see how the password is coming here. This is the encrypted part, which I was talking about. Can you guys see that? This is the encrypted part, which the password is coming. The bcrypt package is doing. And let's see the user roles now. You guys can see that the role ID 1 and 2 has been assigned to user ID. User ID 1 and then role ID 1 and 2, because we have passed both roles to that. So that's what, guys, this user set roles are doing it. Automatically, you do not need to import user role table anywhere. Automatically, Sequelize will provide you this set roles methods to you. It's not like, see guys, these roles are dynamic. Whatever table you will provide, that name will come here. Whatever your table name is, like whatever your other table name is, the other table is roles, right? That's why we are doing the set roles. Correct? So that's what the user provides to us. And we can check this thing, we can print the user here, and then we can check our own methods. Let's see. Let me print the console.log users. It also provides, the get role also, where you can get all the get roles values as well. Okay. So let me first restart the server, and I will show you only the what is coming in roles. Let's restart our server. Let's increase the size so we can see it. Let's trigger it again. User has been created successfully. Okay, you guys can see here, user is coming here. Okay, so they haven't displayed everything here, by the way. They have not displayed every methods. But yes, internally this user will have the method get roles and set roles. Get roles for getting roles from that user, from the database, and set roles for set the roles for that particular user. So right now our user is one, right? User ID is one. So whatever roles we are passing, that will be set here. And setting means the new entries will be created for that user ID. You can see 2 entries has been created for that. Okay, guys. So first, let me push these changes so you guys can also test it. Then we will take the doubts. Let me uncomment this line. That is how you access, that is how you access the many to many association. That's how. Very simple actually. You do not need to create a new table. You do not need to insert that table. You just need to run user.set roles, user.get roles. Sign up. Yeah. Now everyone has pushed. Let me now check your doubts. Okay. So we are passing role ID from UI. Yes. You can see from the client side, we are passing the roles. If we are not passing the roles, then by default, I have taken role as one for every user. Okay, Vishal, you can see if we are not passing the roles, we are just simply if client is not passing the roles, we are simply setting it as a one. Okay, and this is the yeah. Let me pass this also. Everyone, please copy the things which I just posted into the Git. Please do that. Everyone, please do that. Then we will go for break. Let me share my screen so you guys can see from here also. So guys, the changes which we have made start from routes folder and in controller folder. These two folders we have where we have made the change first, routes and controller folder. So everyone, first take the changes from routes folder. First you guys do that, please let me know. In the routes folder, two files only. One is auth.js, second one is index.js. Copy things from there. Yes, Ekta. Yes, Ekta.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are.
Actually, abhi, like for the last half an hour, I got dropped off the call क्योंकि like my laptop was getting stuck. वो net ठीक से नहीं चल रहा. So sir, I मतलब मैंने वहां तक follow किया है where we created like where we established that association between user and role. Sir, उसमें हम लोगों ने user model में सिर्फ 4 attributes डाले थे, right? There was
Three,
और
three.
हाँ तो सर उसके बाद जब लाइक इट गॉट क्रिएटेड इन द डेटाबेस लाइक यूजर रोल एंड दैट यूजर रोल फिर उसमें हम लोग ने बाद में मॉडिफाई नहीं किया था वेयर वी एडेड अ फिफ्थ एट्रीब्यूट कॉल्ड रोल्स इन यूजर टेबल.
नहीं, उसके बाद हमने कुछ मॉडिफाई नहीं किया. उसके बाद हमने क्या किया कि डिफॉल्ट रोल्स क्रिएट करें.
ओके
उसके
डिफॉल्ट
बाद हमने
रोल्स
default roles- हाँ, वो
और
इंडेक्स डॉट
डिफॉल्ट यूजर्स.
या नहीं, डिफॉल्ट यूजर
अच्छा
हमने नहीं क्रिएट
ओनली.
किया. हमने सिर्फ डिफॉल्ट रोल्स क्रिएट
ओके.
किए. इसके बाद अब हम अभी हमने साइन अप एपीआई के थ्रू अपना पहला यूजर क्रिएट किया है.
सो वो बीक्रिप्ट जो लाइब्रेरी थी आपने जो इंस्टॉल करी थी
अच्छा,
उसको.
उस वो बीक्रिप्ट लाइब्रेरी यूज करने का सिर्फ एक ही पर्पस है कि जब भी हमारे पासवर्ड यूआई से
हाँ.
आते हैं, हमें उनको डायरेक्टली एज ए स्ट्रिंग
ओके
अपने डेटाबेस में नहीं सेव करना चाहिए. तो
ओके
इसलिए हमने उनको इनक्रिप्ट किया है पहले. यू कैन
ओके
सी
सर.
दिस लाइन राइट, bcrypt.hashthing. तो यहाँ पे हम इंक्रिप्शन कर रहे हैं उसका.
तो हमने लाइक साइन अप और लॉगिन के लिए एक ऑथ जेएस मतलब कंट्रोलर फोल्डर में एक ऑथ जेएस नाम का फाइल बनाया दैट इज स्पेसिफिकली रिलेटेड टू वही लॉगिन साइन अप वगैरह.
करेक्ट. हमने
तो
वहां
वो
पे भी बनाया और राउट फोल्डर में भी बनाया, दो जगह हमने बनाया.
राउट्स ओके सर राउट्स में तो लॉगिन साइन अप के लिए भी विल नीड दैट रिक्वेस्ट क्वेरी. और ऑल्सो सर जो हमने ऑथेंटिकेशन किया है वो ऑथ जेएस में किया है ना कि मिडिलवेयर में.
अभी हमने ऑथेंटिकेशन कहीं नहीं किया है.
अच्छा
अभी हमने
सर.
सिर्फ साइन अप किया है.
ओके सर वही मतलब साइन अप जो है लाइक वी आर चेकिंग वैलिड की यूजर का
अभी
अगर रोल नहीं है तो.
अभी हमने वैलिडेशन नहीं लिखा है.
अच्छा
अभी हमने
सर.
सिर्फ कंट्रोलर लॉजिक लिखा है.
ओके इन auth.js. और
Yes.
मतलब अभी आप जब चेक कर रहे थे कि whether the user has a role or not, if not we'll provide a default role, सिर्फ वही किया है.
बस वही किया है, वो हमने सेम कंट्रोलर में ही किया है.
ओके सो
अब हम लेकिन
लाइक.
अब हम लेकिन करेंगे मिडलवेयर में, वहां हम
ओके.
चेक करेंगे कि व्हेन वी आर क्रिएटिंग ए यूजर, इट शुड नॉट हैव द डुप्लीकेट यूजर नेम, डुप्लीकेट ईमेल आईडी, right? or the
राइट
or the or the role id which he is providing, that
या
role id should exist. That part in validation we will do
इन मिडिल में.
after.
हाँ सर कैन यू पुश द कोड लाइक अभी करंट सो दैट.
Already pushed.
ओ ओके ओके सर आई मीनवाइल लाइक सब देख रहे हैं आई जस्ट ट्राई टू कोप अप. थैंक यू सो मच.
No problem. So yeah, Parag, let's see. This is the roles. For user ID 1, two roles has been created. Role ID 1, role ID 2. And we did it very simply, user.set roles. But I'm sure some people are having different names. So I just want to understand, are you guys are also able to do this with user.set roles, or do you need to provide some other names? So I need to check these things because some people has different names, right? So they might be facing some problem with these things. Like Likit or Deep, they were having different names. We made changes in index. Yes, main index.js also, Raj. Yes, we made changes. Getting error 404. Getting error 404. So 404, like we are not sending any 404 error. So Likit, can you share your screenshot in Postman? Yeah. Can you share the screenshot? I'm sure in your case, I think this method might be creating some problem for you. Because in my case, that was my another table name, right? Set roles. So I'm sure like it could be problematic for you, that set part. After controller, what we have to do? After controller, I think if you have completed the controller code, see routes folder. routes folder, controller folder, main index.js. Only these three things. Hey, oh, Likit, it might be getting error 404. You might not have made the changes in main index.js. Have you made this change? Added the auth routes? Everyone, this is the main index.js change. You have to add the out routes here also. Okay? Okay, Arad? Yeah, so now if you have done it, please test your API. If you have made all the changes, please test your API like this. This URL, ecom slash API v1 auth slash signup, and provide this default data, username, password, email, and roles, and click on the send. Okay? Sure, Arad. Please do that. I want to know who has not, like, where the tables name are different, how the set roles are working there. I want to check this part, that part, the set roles part. Yeah. For Deep, I remember the table was different, or for Likit also it was different. I want to check for them. For others, it will work. Whoever is following the same thing which I did, it should work. So Deep has shared something. Let's see. Done. So Deep, you were facing that, right? That problem, the different database name set roles work for you. Set and capital roles, it works for you. Oh, great. Because your model name is not different, right? That's why I think it works. Because your model name is still capital ROLE. That's why it works. Yes, yeah, understood. That's why. So for you also, like it should work then. Set roles, yeah, it should work for you also. Then I think we don't have. You are getting 400 error. That's different error. That is not set role error. Have you followed everything, Likit? Just check that. Try to understand the error. What is the error saying to you? What is that 400 means? 400 means you are not adding something correctly in the postman. Something is wrong there. Might be your URL name is not correct. Might be you have not added that route into index.js. Something is wrong. 400 means client problem, not server problem. Okay, Likit? 404 is server problem. No. 404 is not server problem. 404 again client problem. All errors which start with 4, it's client problem. Five of start errors start with 5, server problem. We created role manually. Yes, we created the role here. You see, in index.js, we created default roles. These are the default roles. Okay, Parag? Check the, like, otherwise send the screenshot. Send your, like, first send the postman screenshot. We'll see. Okay, so you are getting error from, okay, so this is, okay, so your server is sending this error, message error. Okay, so roles is fine, username is fine, body JSON is fine, 800 you are running in 800. Okay, so everything is good here. Message error. Okay, so where we are passing this message? Sign in. Hey, you have created the sign in. API slash v1 slash or sign in. Our route name was sign up. Okay, let's see the errors again here. So your method name is user sign in. User dot create. Okay. So your model name is start from small letters, right? Small user. Capital U, right? Request that body rolls and then yeah, looks good. Oh, so you are going into catch part. You can see you're going to the catch only. And this is not 400. If you check my code, it's 500. Line number 21 लिखित. It should be 500 and it should be internal server error. So it is coming from here only. So it means your model is wrong. I'm not sure your model is wrong. It seems like. Is it the user only? Let me see in the chat first. Wait, Arad, I will check into your question. Let me see. No, your root is same. Root is same. Your root is correct. It seems. Like it. Check for your model name. Is it in this user small user only? Let me know in the chat. Like it. Your model name is a small user only. Oh, so please correct that. Please import the capital U here and everywhere do the capital U. Okay. Let's see now the Arad doubt. Oh, so it's working for you. That's great. Great, great. So now, like for whom it is working, they can go for break now. So right now it's 11:55. So we can come back at 5 or 10, right? 12:10. Okay. We can come back at 12:10. Let's go for break, guys. Meanwhile, who is trying? Please try it. After that, we'll create some more things here. Okay. So Sarad has doubt. Okay. Meanwhile, let me see his doubt also. App.use requires a middleware function. It means your auth routes is creating a problem for you. Auth routes. Cannot read property of a username of undefined. It seems like you are not providing the username from the UI side. Username is undefined there. You have to provide the username, Sarad. Earlier, this error it looks like some auth routes. You just check my code. Nitesh, for Nitesh actually. Yeah, Nitesh, it seems like you're not providing the username. That's why it's not able to read the username from here. Okay. Sarad Likhit has shared another slide. Okay. Cannot add or oh, this is foreign key constant has started. Foreign key. What is happening? You are providing any roles? Ah, what is this? Line number 14. I didn't write like this. I just check my code. Like it. Line number 14 is wrong for you. Okay. Just check your code. Line number 14. Just check my GitHub repo. Okay, like it. Yes, Deep. 500 for server, 400 for client. Sir, provided. Sir, provided. Okay. Provided. Still, you are getting this error. Hmm. If you have provided it, cannot read property username of undefined. Hmm. And this is coming at the line number 5 only. You can see line number 5 it's starting. Hey. Hmm. Just check the name again, man. It doesn't look like any other error. It just simply username is not there. Not sure any other error is there. Just check that again, man. So for Sarad, yes, it's definitely auth routes problem is there. Main index.js file. Working, okay, great. Let's go for break, guys. Let's come back again at 12:10. Okay. My data into username not getting synced into table. Can you please tell me what problem is it? You're just providing. You must be providing username wrongly. See, whenever we are three places only username is coming. First coming from UI from the client side. This is the username. Then second place you are seeing just see Parag. This is the first place username is coming. Second place it is directly coming in controller or .js where we are fetching username. This is the second place. This is the third place. Only these three places we have used the username. And this username should be same as your column name. You can see everywhere username it's in small for me. If I go into the model also, look for user, it's a small. So everywhere it should be same. So just these are the four places you need to look. And if everywhere it is same, then it should work. Okay. So there is like error codes list, HTTP error code list. Yeah. Response status code. You see, these are the ranges. You can check each ranges one by one for the responses. Okay. No, sir. Actually, I'm creating user role table from many to many and can't sync data into table. Oh, so then for you it is user role. That set roles is a problem. Parag, it seems like then set role is a problem for you. This part, this line, set role. So just check your model name here. Is it the same model name as this role? Set role, the model name should be this only. And then add the S. Add the S there. In the or.js set roles. Check the model name of role and then add the S and that and at the end of it. Okay, Parag? Just do that. Let's come back at uh, 10 minutes, yeah? 1 minute, yes. 10 minutes, we will connect back. Yes, Prag, I'm back now. Done? Okay, great. Yes, Ekta.
Hello. Sir, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Sir, actually, I tried to give that roles array, वो सब ठीक हो गया, but here it is giving internal server error. I know somebody else had this doubt before, but उस time पे I was like, covering up for all the things I, lost while I was dropped.
So
What?
are you using the correct model name?
Yes, sir. Like it's singular only. No, no S. User and role.
User and roles. Okay. So you can share the screenshot, whatever you are getting. You might get some views from there.
Yes, sir. I'll try. Like I have joined through phone. I'm trying to join through laptop also.
Okay.
Yeah, sir. That just one error, sir. That internal server error while trying to give roles error. I'll share that.
Okay. Sure. What about others? What about others? Everyone is able to create a user. Also, the user roles table, they are able to see their entries. For Vishal is working fine. What about others? For Nitesh, still some error. What is the error, Nitesh? Earlier, I think you were seeing that username error, right? So that one resolved? It's still not resolved. Okay. I have showed you 4 places. Everywhere you check the username. Everywhere it is same. First in the postman. Second one is the model, the user model, and third one is your controller file, auth controller. Everywhere username is same. Okay. Hmm. Then okay, share your routes auth file also. Share your routes auth.js and in main index.js also, where you are importing the auth routes. Share those 2 files also. Share the screenshot of those files. What about others apart from Nitesh? For Deep also done. Nitesh has shared slides. Okay, let's see. No, no, share the screenshot. Doesn't look good. Yeah, this is similar. You are not able to get anything from the request.body. It looks like you're not able to get anything from the request.body. Sharad, you're not able to. Hey, very weird error, Nitesh. Put line number 8 after line number 9. First we should do expect.json, then do auth routes. Hey, you guys are not seeing my code, huh? How I did it, follow the same, right? First we need to do express.json, then only do auth routes. Express.json only required, right? To read data from request.body. Told you in the first class, right? First you need to first import the request.body, express.json, then only you can get the data in request.body. That was your problem. In main index.js, put the express.json first and then go for auth routes. Okay, that was only mistake in yours, Nitesh. Nothing else. Yeah, routes look good. Fix that error, Nitesh. Then check it. Sir, please pass without giving role for new user. My table not showing anything when I'm doing it. Sure, let me do that. I saw a small spelling mistake. Oh, okay, yeah. Respect now. Did I miss anything? No, Radha, you didn't miss anything. Now internal server. Okay, internal server error? It means now the model could be the problem for you now. Internal server, it means something in the try got failed, right? And in try only models is there. So model line, check the model line. In meanwhile, let me pass the let me do not pass any roles. Let me check that scenario also. We see that works or not. Okay, so let's do not pass any role from here. Let's remove the whole key. Let's see what happens. User has been created successfully for me, but you're saying it's not happening anything here. Huh? So user has been created. Yeah, user role is also there, right? It's working. It's working for us. Yeah, for do with the name change. How do you pass? Do with name change, you mean? Provide me your JSON which you are using. Provide me your JSON which you are using, Parag. Then I will use that one. Okay. How role pass? How role pass? So you can see, Nitesh, this line user dot set roles. So we are passing the roles from UI. You can see here earlier we were passing it in an array. We are passing these roles, and then after checking these roles, we are just simply setting it with this method user dot set roles. And if there is no roles, we are just simply by default we are just adding one for each user. Okay, that's how we are passing the roles. Okay, so guys, let's do the next step, which will be our validation. Okay, and our validation would be, if we see in the slide, yeah, yeah. So our validation would be check duplicate username or email, and then another will be check roles existed. So these are the two validations which we will be going to write it. Okay, I think yes, that's what they are doing it. Right, that's what we will do also. So first let's create the middle. Let's go into the middleware file. Okay, so we are now going to create the validation, guys. Okay, and that validation would be, if somebody is passing username and email, we will check is already somebody has created the same username or not, same username or email. If yes, we will just simply return the error that this username already exists or this email already exists. This is the first uh, validation which we are going to do. First middleware. So let's write it. We are going into the middleware. We'll write our file name, which would be check duplicate, or simply we can say user. In one file, we'll keep everything, user.js. Okay, let's create one more. First one, check duplicate email. Let's check duplicate username and email. So this middleware always take three parameters: request, response, comma next, right? Then we will export it. Module dot exports. Simply we'll export it. And then in the auth.js, we will import it. Const require slash middleware and import the check duplicate username. And how where we will put it? Here. We'll create one array. Inside that array, we'll put it. Okay. Yeah. Now let's go into the middleware. First on the top, import the model because we have to interact with user model. And let's take the user model here. Correct? Now let's take the data from request.body. So const, let's first check for the username. So const username equal to request.body.username. Okay. Now we'll see if username. Oh, by the way, we can simply do not need to why we are writing extra things. We can simply do if, yeah, like this. If request.body.username. Correct? Then what we are going to do? We are going to const user is equal to await user dot find find all. Simply you do the find out where username is equal to request.body.username. That one. Correct? And if we got user, if user, then we'll simply throw the error from here. Response dot send dot no, response dot status. We'll say 400 dot send. Simply say message as user already exists. Username already exists. Correct? Now the same for now we can put else if also. Or simply no problem. Wait. Yeah, that's the scenario. Yes, I think we can check inside it, right? Yeah. If not, yes, we can go for next if also. No problem. We can go for next if. Correct. And here we can look for email. Same things. Where email, rather than looking for that, now we look for email. And here we say email already exists. And if till now we didn't, till now nothing happened, we just simply call next from here. And I remember we need to call return also whenever we are sending response from here. Yes. Otherwise, it will still go there. Return. Let's check, guys, is it working or not? So we have already imported it into here. So now we will start our server. So we got one error. Let's see what is error. Router.post requires a callback but got an object undefined. Okay. So what is this? What is this? What is this? Sign up is working properly, but okay. So check duplicate username and email. Okay. I see. Hmm. Oh, okay. We have not imported this thing in the index.js. Sit. Yeah, the problem was here. We haven't imported this newly one. Right, guys? That's what the problem is. Check duplicate username and email. And let's export it. Now this will be available here. Correct. Let's start our server. Yes, it's running. Let's create a default user first. Okay, so username already exists. Ooh, we got this error. Username already exists. Why? This is the first user we were creating, right? Okay, it's definitely some error. Definitely we have mentioned the wrong logic. Okay, say request.body.username where user.find all if user. Huh. How we got this user then? There is nothing in the user table, right? Okay, 1 minute. Let me start our server again. Let's check the database. Any users is there? No. Let's hit it. Sign up API, yes. Okay, so we are getting username already exists, which is weird. It means this is giving some user to us. Let's print it out. User. Or it should be find one or let's see. User. It is coming to us. We'll put condition based on that. Okay, so user is coming as empty array. I think that's why actually it is not like the if condition is passing because I think empty array it is considering it as a true condition. Okay, guys, that's why it is going inside here. So we can check here user because see, I think find all is not the correct condition. It should be find one. Yes. Now let's see. Email already exists. Yes. Now see, the user is giving null. And that same should be here also. Find one. Correct? Now if I run it, it should work. User has been created successfully. Yeah. So let's see in the database. Yes, we have the user. Let's create the same user with again same name, same email ID. Let's see. See, username already exists. Let's change the username to 4. See, email already exists. Let's send the email. Now user has been created successfully. Now if we try to create same again, username already exists. This will work. Right, guys? Any doubt? Right, sir? Did you change the message in the last part? We created before too, right? Add another with role now. Do with name change. Have role you pass. Add another with role now. Okay. We created before too. No, no, no. We haven't created. See, every time our server is restarting, everything is deleted from database. Only default thing will be created. Add below define user. Okay. Find one. Sir, did you change the message in the last part? Yes, find one I used. Sir, did you change the message in the last part? In the message in the last part. Yes, message has changed. Yes, email already exists. It's there. We do same thing was happening when doing with min max. Okay. No, I hope it's to give empty result set, but it did not. We're not in range. Okay. briefly explain what we have done? I got confused in some steps. Okay, sure, sure. Guys, we haven't done anything. We are just creating our one validation method for us, which is going to check our duplicate username and email. Okay. Then we added it the same way here as our validation middleware. Correct. Now let's see the logic which we have written in user.js. Okay. Let's close all these things. You can see first we are checking our username. And for checking our username, we are using the find one because this username, if this username already exists in our database, then we will not create this username. So that's why with the help of user.find one, I was checking this username exists in our database or not. If exists, simply return that username already exists. Same for email also. I am checking that email already exists, then simply result it. If not, I'm just calling the next. Next mean it will go to the sign up part here and it will create the new entry in database. That's what happened here. Okay. Okay, Parag. Sir, I was suggesting about that user creation. User creation. If we talk about the sign up part, you are saying. So the message is user defined role, default roles, user admin created successfully internal server. These are all different messages. Okay, Ekta? You can look for that in this association page in their original one, the sequence documentation. Okay. Okay, so let's create another middleware, guys. That would be checking the roles. That roles exist in our database or not. Okay. And then I will push the changes. So let's create another function here in our middleware. I'm again going to the user.js middleware. Let's create another function here. And that function would be check roles. Okay. It will also accept three things: request, response, next. Okay. So like if, yeah, same thing. If request dot body dot roles. So now this will be an array, guys, right? This will be an array. So what we can do here, uh, okay, so can we check array directly in there? Because array we cannot check. We need to check the one by one. Yeah. Yes, I think we can check one by one. So what we can do, we can run one loop of for of, let's see, let's roll of, let's save this value in some variable, const roles equal to request dot body dot roles. Just trying it now. Let's see how this works. Because this will be like asynchronous call, right? So I'm just trying that thing. Yeah. So role, because now we have to check from the role only. We can take the model directly from here only. Role. Yeah. Let's see now. Await and role. But wait. There could be one problem actually while checking the roles because hmm, yes, because see, there could be one problem with roles, and that problem could be like see, because we can provide multiple roles, right? And if any role, yes, I think that we will see. Somebody can provide 1,4, 1,3. So one is success one, but three is the error one, right? Because three doesn't exist. In our table, only two roles exist, one and two. And if somebody is providing 1 2 3 or 1 3 2 3 1 4, correct? So what? So we will make one assumption here that if any one of role is wrong, we will simply throw the error. Okay, we will simply throw the error. Correct. So we need rows dot find all. Then check in that rows that user is giving to us. Yes, that could also be done. That could also be done. Yes, we can find out all the roles from the database, and then we can just put the loop there. That also possible. Okay. If role is not equal to max role, no. That max and min is not fine here. No. See, the problem is here is विशाल कि हम अपनी UI साइड से हम एक एरे पास कर रहे हैं रूल्स में. उस एरे में एक सही भी हो सकता है और गलत भी हो सकता है. करेक्ट. सो हमें ये फाइंड आउट करना है कि अगर उस एरे में एक भी गलत रोल है तो हम सीधे रिक्वेस्ट को रिजेक्ट कर देंगे. If roles are that includes given role. Yes, that could be possible. Yes, Ekta. That could also right. So let's try it. Let's try it. Okay, let's try. So let's try first this way. Then we will check for other way also, which Ekta is suggesting. I think that looks more better because we only have to make one call, and then in the yes, I think that makes more sense. Let's go with Ekta's idea. Ekta is saying first fetch all the role from database and save it in one array, correct? And then whatever roles are coming from the UI side, right? Roles are coming from UI side. Then compare it with the database array. And if anyone is not matching, then simply return the error. And in that scenario, we only need to make one database call. But right now, the way which I was going in this call, we have to make like as many roles you will provide, as many database call I will make. So that this one is not good. let's uh, let's go with let's first call role dot find all. So let's get all the role here. Find all. Correct. We'll write it as DB roles or like yeah, saved roles. Correct. Is there any other thing where? Hey, wait. I think in database we do the in also, right? But it will give us record. I'm just thinking like, yeah, I think let's find out. Let's go with this way first. Okay, so saved roles are there. Let's console it out first. How that saved roles looks like, right? Saved roles. Okay, we'll go from here, guys, and we'll simply throw the error every time. No problem. Simply throw the error for right now. We are just doing a testing here. Hey, roles. Do the return. So it means every time I'm returning from here. Let's export this check roles. Let's import it into the middleware also. And you can see after check duplicate username and email, I am keeping the another one, another middleware. Okay, that is all about the setup. Let's now test this thing which we are trying to do. Let's see. So this is coming like this to us. You see, it is coming as array to us. This is an array, and here we can see the roles are there in an object, right? And then in this object we can see the ID, ID1 and ID2, right? Okay, so let's see. Can we access it? Let me check. Can we access it? Like I'm accessing zero, first index one, zero. Dot, do we need to data values? Let's see. Do we need to go to data values dot id? Because here we have to compare. Correct? Dot id. Let's see. Yes, saved role once is coming. So yes, guys, this way we will access the values from the array. So what would be the next step we will do here? So now we got all the roles, right? Saved roles, and yeah, we can now simply insert these roles in one array. Correct? So saved role is already an array. So now we can just simply put a for loop in this one. For let I is equal to 0, I less than equal to saved rows dot length. Or yeah, that includes also, right? That dot includes also, as you were saying, right, Ekta? Yes, so I think dot includes syntax. We can quickly check. So in this includes, we just need to pass the string. You can see, we just need to pass the string. Okay. So what we can do here, but you know, in why dot include will create a problem for us because dot includes need an array. Dot includes method, you know, guys, dot includes methods work directly on an array, right? And right now it's for right now we are not getting an array, we are getting a nested objects, right? So that's, it would be better, let's go with for loop only. I think here we will be good. So saved roles dot length and I plus plus. Now here we can simply compare it. So here what we can do, here we can do actually roles dot include one and yeah. So hmm. So now actually we got the values. So now let's think about accessing the roles also, because from the roles we need to do it, right? So let's see. So if we do roles dot, because for roles is an array. From the UI side we are getting an array. So if we will do roles dot include this one, that does not help us, right? So let's not do that also. Let's create another loop inside it. Let's j is equal to 0, which will go only for roles table. Yeah, roles dot length j plus plus. Okay, so now we got both save roles as well and roles here as well. So now inside this loop, how many times it will run? We will check the save roles. Is it matching or not? Correct? Or if any time it doesn't match, we will just return the false from here. Okay, so let's take the flag on the top. Let's flag is equal to true. Correct? Let's compare it here now. If roles j, right, equal to or is not equal to here saved roles 0 I dot, what was that, data roles, what was the data values, sorry, yes, data values dot id. If it is not equal to that, what is the error here? Const roles is there, okay. Oh, okay, so is it this error? This is because of that? No, 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 there is some other error. Huh. Are we using the wrong name, guys? Not null assertion can only be used in TypeScript file. Oh, okay, okay, okay. This was the problem actually. Yeah, yeah, that's fine. So yeah, so now we are comparing that roles is equal to save roles data values dot id or not. So what we'll do, if it is not, then we will make the flag as false. Flag as false. Correct? And then at the end, after this loop, we will check if flag, then next, call the next, else throw the error. Response dot status 400 dot send, and we'll say message that the role ID does not exist, doesn't exist. Let's see this, guys. It is working or not? Let's see this. Okay. We can write next in line 42 also. In line 42 here. Hey, we missed the return here. Yeah, that could be the problem. Okay, so let's try now. So this is the first user we are creating, or we can provide the wrong also. Right now also we can provide 1 comma 2 or 1 comma 3. Yeah, let's see. Okay, some error. We got some error, so let's see. Cannot read property data values. Cannot read property data values. So we are giving wrong, or let me 1 minute. Put the console here for saved role again. Saved role. Saved roles, yeah. We'll see. Let's hit it. What is the error now? Yeah, so saved roles is there. It's an array. So 0 dot data values. It looks good, right? Data values dot id. Mm-hmm. Am I missing anything, guys? Not sure. Am I missing anything? Saved roles. Yeah, looks good, right? We got this array and we are trying to check the data values, but it is not able to find the data values. Okay, wait. So it's an array, right? Saved roles in an array, and the saved roles zeroth index dot data values dot id. Yes, it looks good. Let me see if you guys have any comment on that. We can write next in line 42 role saved role dot role saved roles dot role. No, actually, this is they are telling this is a role object. This is not the key, guys. This is not the key. That's what actually I'm trying to explain here. That this is not the key. Okay. So this, some small problem is coming, but no. Say Ekta, that will not work because it's not able to read the data values. So some problem is here actually. Let's try to give it zeros. Is it able to run it or read it or not? 1 minute. See, for zero it works, but with the I index, it's not working. With the I index, it's not working. Why is that? Is the with the I index, it's not working. Okay, I will check this thing, guys. But yeah, I will check this thing, guys, and let's see why it's not working. Then we will again look into this one. No problem. Okay. See, it's still not working. It got failed. Yeah. So I will check this part, guys. Why it is not working with index? But the thing which we were doing here, you guys know about that, right? So the thing which we were trying to do, we are just simply fetch all the role from the database, and then the second time these roles are coming from the UI side, from the postman, this array, right? 1 comma 3. So two places we got the array. This is first array and this is second array which we are getting from the database. Now we just want to compare these two arrays, that the roles which are coming from the UI side, they should be matching with saved roles. Correct? If not matching, we will just simply throw the error. So that's what we were trying to do, but got some error. So I will just fix that error and then I will show you these things. Okay. So Deep has said one SQL underscore in command. Yeah, that will work in SQL underscore in, but in, let's see in the association. 1 minute in the let's see in the association also. Finders, look for in. Let's find it. Sequelize. Let's see how the in will help us. Hmm, sequelize in with where constraint. So is there? No, 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 not this one. Is in, yeah, is in is there. See, this work it check the values is one of these. So in work in one of these, like अगर एक भी उसमें से निकला सही, तो फिर ये return हमको करेगा एक result. That was the problem here. See, it is saying is in. अगर मतलब जैसे 1 किसी ने पास किया, तो अगर 1 उसमें मिल रहा है, it will pass the condition. That's the problem here with is in. Okay, that's what the problem. Yes, it's like, yeah, it's like or. It should be and. Okay. See in the slide how they did it. If I show you in the slide, so they have taken one roles array, like they have taken roles array in the uh, yeah, in the like statically they have taken. They are not using any of the roles database. They are not taking the roles from database. They have created one variable here roles, and they are added two values there, like user and admin, and then they are using the roles dot include. But in our case, we are taking it from the database. But while taking from the database, some problem is coming there. So I will fix that problem. Then we can simply complete this part. Okay, guys. So in meanwhile, and not in how that is working. You are saying about the not in part. Not in. Check the value is not one of these. Check the value is not one of these. Not sure about the not in, guys. Might be not in can help us. But yeah, you guys can also try. I will also try these two not in and in part. So sir, after role, what we will achieve? I'm not getting flow. So see, once we created our user, Parag, now we want to check, we want to put some validation. So the first validation was once the client is sending our username and email, we were validating that this username and email should not be duplicate. That was the first part we checked. Okay, Parag. After that, we were trying to check that the role ID, the role ID which is coming from the UI side, they exist in our database or not. In the role table, they exist or not. So that's what I was trying to check here. But somehow I got some errors. So I will fix that error and then I will show you in the next class. Okay. Yes, I will fix, I will push that change. You guys can also think if you have some ideas. check roles. So see guys, on the slide, as I was saying, what they did, they are not taking the saved role from database. They did this. They have created one array directly here and keeping the static data here. Admin, something like this, admin comma user. And then comparing the index of here, like zeroth index, these two index only will match here. That's what they did in the slide. But I don't want to do this way. I want to fetch it from the database only. Then want to compare it. So I will look into that part, and then we will continue from there. Okay. I think we have already at the end of class. So I will request Ansul to give us one more class where we can discuss about the sign up and validations and sign in part also. Okay. So in our next class, I will ask Ansul to provide us one more lecture where we can talk a little bit more about these things which we did today. Okay, about this part and the sign in, because sign in is also missing from today. We haven't talked about the JSON Web Token package at all. So in next class, I will just make the request to Ansul to provide us one more lecture to us. Okay, guys. So see, today we started with authentication and authorization. We understood different type of authentication. We understood the need of authorization, because if authorization is not there, anyone can do anything. Correct? Not able to see updated code in Git. Should not be happen. Just refresh your browser. Okay. And then we after seeing these things, we created two models, users and roles. And then I showed you how many to many works. We just need to add two lines there in the user model and in the roles model. That's what we did, right? We added that user dot belongs to many and model name, and I also mentioned there through which mod, through extra table, and that table was user roles. Same goes for roles or models also. And after that, we created one more route today, and that route was sign up route. Correct. In the sign up route, we started with understanding like we will take the username, password, and email from the UI side or the from the postman. Then I told you like the password should not be saved directly in database. We should first encrypt them. For that, we install the bcrypt library. Correct. So with the help of bcrypt library, we encrypted our password and then saved that encrypted part into our database. In the next class, we will see one more method of bcrypt, that is compare, where we will compare the password which user has provided and the password from which we will get from database. We'll compare both password there. Okay. And after that, after completing the sign up API, we went for the validation part. So where we have first validated the duplicate email and username. So we went into the database, we find it out that username exists or not. If exists, we'll simply throw the error. If email exists, we'll simply throw the error. So that was the first validation which we did. After that, we were trying to do the check admin one. Sorry, check roles one. If role already exists or not. So, but we got some error there. So I will request you guys also to check, look into that. If you guys can fix it. Otherwise, I will also look into that today. And I will try to find the smallest way that we can write the code there. So that's all guys for today. So we will wrap it here, and all the best for your tomorrow test. So Likit is saying the find and count all include model tags and tags where order limit. Okay. So okay, Likit has provided one method. I will just copy this method and I will try it later. I will write it in my uh, notes and I will try this method. Okay. That's how actually we have to go into the Sequelize documentation and read it, which is the best method which we should use here to do these things. Okay, guys. So that's all for today. All the best for your test, and we will talk again on Monday. On Monday we have a holiday, or like do they have schedule for Monday, or yes, holiday, right? Yes, 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 yeah. So we will have in our class on Wednesday then, right? Okay. So I think you guys have now a lot of time between that. So please try to first go for that sequelize URL which I provided to you. Let me provide that again to you. Guys, go through these URLs in meanwhile. There is one for the authentication also, right? And if you want to read about the JWT also, and try to do everything from the starting, try to create a new projects, try to create a new routes, add some routes and everything. Please try to do. Yes, happy Independence Day to everyone in advance. So we'll celebrate our Independence Day on 15th August. So I hope you guys enjoy it that day and do more practice. Okay. Okay, guys. Bye bye. Have a good day. We have a class on Tuesday. Tuesday we have or Wednesday? Let me check my calendar. 1 minute, guys. Let me check. I can take class on Tuesday or not. I will update him again right now. I can take class on 16th also. I just check my calendar, so I can take class on 16th also. Let me check for 17. 1 minute. Yeah, 17th is also fine. Yes, Ankit, please tell. We have assignment related to restaurant. Okay. Is it like assignment for the same module? Okay. So you guys are facing any problem while creating that and while creating that assignment? Let me know. We can have another session like on the Zoom where we can just talk about your assignments. Okay. So I will talk with Ansul also about this assignment which you guys are trying to create. By the way, are you guys facing any problem? Do we need to make a model for lunch and dinner? Uh, I'm like not sure what do you order. I think you have to create the model for order. If somebody is ordering lunch, somebody is ordering dinner, so might be order would be the model for you, right? And the lunch and dinner could be the type of that order. Or yeah, I need to understand the use case. Then only I can tell that what type of order model you need to create. Ekta is saying she has already done the assignment, but some new questions are not clear, sir. So we can have one session, right? You guys can talk to Ansul also. I will also talk to Ansul, where we can simply talk about your assignments. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. So that's all for today. I I will talk to Ansul first for our next class, which is on 16th, to tell him that we are going to continue our today's session. Okay. Okay, guys. Bye bye. Happy Independence Day. Bye bye.